Hi guys, welcome to Cal's Corner. This is the second video I'm doing, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hard trying to get my ideas down and articulate them correctly. Um, Writing stuff down, trying to make sure that my points are kind of coming across the way I want them to. Um, don't want to be rambling. I don't want to miss certain things. It's pretty hard, but I also don't want to just read off a script. Um, so bear with me. I did write down an introduction just so I can really put together my, like, consolidate the ideas that I had for this video and point out the things that I really wanted to touch on. So, like, first of all, I wanted to do this video, um, after the transfer window ended, uh, just so it was less emotional and I had the opportunity to really reflect on all the business that we did and give a real, um, more informed take on what we've done. But I think recent events, um, made like recent events made me feel like I just had to make this video now before the transfer window ended, because I think getting this video out before the window ends is really important because it gives a point of reference for the mentality of how I feel and maybe how other fans feel about the window. Because once the window closes, Arsenal fans, unfortunately, a lot of us kind of go back and move the goalposts and change what we think, because we want to be excited, we want to be positive, and we want to push forward, with the season. But just to correct not only just myself and just to have a record of how I feel at this point in time, I think it's really important to make sure that this comes out at this point. So, main reason for the video is because I think us signing a forward is going to, whether or not we sign a forward, is really going to dictate and tell us, not dictate, but tell us what the mentality of the Kronkes are, how they actually feel about winning, and if they're just happy to, be in the mix, you know, are they willing to push that extra mile and get us over the edge? So without a shadow of a doubt that we are indeed the favorites, or are they happy being really close and rolling the die, essentially, and letting us fight out the season? Because I think in sports, being the best takes the most effort. Getting top four and being in the mix, it means all you have to do as a club is to be run well and to have enough money to spend. That's the base requirement for being in top six, top four, getting Champions League spots. Because let's be honest, other teams low on the table, they don't have the spending power we have. They don't have the spending power of the top six. So as long as you're run well and you have the money, right now in the Premier League, you can get the top six. But getting to that 1%, that tippy top, you have to almost spend double and be double in terms of, you have to be run almost twice as good as the others, especially to beat Man City. And this video is going to be about kind of running through what we've done in the transfer window so far and how important this solid is. So I think first of all, let's just do a small recap on what we've done in the window so far. We signed Calafiori, and I think that was really good business. One of the top best, left backs from the Italian league, and I think that was extremely good because that's a position that we just absolutely needed. Yes, technically we have a lot of left back options, but our options just weren't good enough. We had Timber coming back from injury. We don't know if he's going to be at the level that we thought he was going to be, because he's just coming off that ACL, and he can be any type of player that could come back. We just don't know yet. It looks promising right now. He looks like he's sharp, but we just don't know. We have Zinchenko, who is extremely good offensively, not too good defensively, and he cost us last season. I think he's a player that we can use and be our best option against certain teams, especially low blocks when we're not going to be we're not going to be pressed too much. But um, he can't start for us if we want to win the league. Uh, Kivior did a job, but let's be honest, not good enough, really. Um, Very, very good coming off the bench, but I'm not sure if he's happy coming off the bench. And with a proper starting left back, he becomes almost the third or maybe fourth option, which I don't think is feasible. So if we weren't going to play Zinchenko, if we weren't going to start Zinchenko and we were unsure about Urin Timber, signing Calafiori was definitely the right move. Um, and of course, there's Tomiyasu, who's just injury prone, and he's injury prone. He's just injured right now, so like you can't even count him. So yeah. And our other signing, Mikel Moreno, and another option that I think we needed. I think last summer Kai Havertz was supposed to be that left eight option, but that didn't really work that the way we wanted it to. So he's playing up front, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. But that means we didn't really address the left eight option that we should have addressed last season anyway. But Arteta got it to work, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with Kai. But we just needed to get that left eight option working. Talking to you right now, we essentially just signed the two positions that we were trying to sign for last season, which is a left back and an eight. Because Urin Timber was supposed to be our left back option, and Kai Havertz was supposed to be our eight. So we actually, talking to you right now, we just solved the problem, like two of the signings that we had from last season. And I'm happy with it. It means we have depth, like a lot of depth now. But we need a forward. It's almost non-negotiable. Martinelli does not look that good this season. He doesn't look like he's ready for it. He doesn't look as dynamic. He's making mistakes. He's low on confidence, and I'm not one of those people who are going to be saying, "Oh yes, get rid of Martinelli." No, that's not me. I think he can maybe play himself into form, but unfortunately, that's not a luxury we have if we want to win the league. I think he needs to play himself into form while someone else starts. Whether that be minutes coming off the bench, creeping his way back in. Because Trossard is very good. He scored in the last game that we had against Aston Villa, absolutely clutch, amazing. But him and Martinelli can't be our two options. We need someone who is a strong starter, because I think Trossard being the super sub is kind of what he's the best at. And even if he was the one starting, I can't trust Martinelli in the form that he's in to come off the bench and win us the game. I don't think that's happening. I think in order to beat Man City, we need someone starting in that left wing position and having a Trossard come off the bench. Because if we have that, we win the league. Because Trossard coming off the bench is insanely strong. That is a champion sub. Trossard starting and Martinelli coming off the bench. I don't think that's a champion. I don't think that's a champions winning left options. We also need cover for Saka, because Reece Nelson coming off the bench, Saka just isn't on. That's just not going to work. If Saka gets injured in our next game, we don't have Jesus, and Martinelli's not on form, and Reece Nelson isn't good enough. So we're screwed. We need someone who is either good left option, good right option, preferably someone who can play on either sides. We just can't. We can't not have a forward. We can't not have another forward coming in. It's just not possible. If we do not sign that another forward, our season is finished. And not to be pessimistic, but we've gotten rid of we've gotten rid of Vieira, who was actually, I mean, he could have done a job on that right side. Um, to be honest, I'm not too sure what's the difference between him and uh Reece Nelson. To be honest, they're both not good enough. We just need a forward. I don't like. I can't even make the Vieira excuse. I see other people making the excuse that we sent Vieira on loan, so we need someone else to cover. But in terms of the quality of Vieira on that right hand side, you might as well just have Reece Nelson there anyway. But Reece Nelson isn't good enough anyway as well. So that's it. It's just icky. It's not good. Okay, that's the reasons to sign a forward. Okay, let's go off the reasons why I think it's possible that we don't. And as I said earlier, it's really, really easy for the Kronkes to kind of put a full stop, said, hey guys, we got your two signings, we addressed the holes in the squad. We were really close, we were only 2 points behind, and we can challenge again. We just need to dig deep and we can win the league, maybe do something in January if an opportunity arises. Yeah, that's not good enough. Yeah, that's just not good enough. If we were just after the Champions League money and we are just in here for the vibes and it's all about, profits, sure. But if we actually want to beat Man City and win, we have to sign a forward. Manchester City just got back Gundogan, and that Savio signing looks insane. They actually are stronger than they were from last season. I don't think this is a weaker Man City than the one we've seen last season. And last season, De Bruyne had an injury that took him out for almost half the season. They have a fully fit De Bruyne. Haaland's looking on form. Savio is looking extremely immaculate on that right hand side or left. He can play both. Doku's even more used to the league. Like, they are stronger than they've been. They're not the treble winning side, I don't think, but they're still stronger than last season's Man City, and we have to beat them. And another factor that I haven't seen people talk about is the fact that this could be Pep Guardiola's last dance, and that could give them a whole other sort of fire and will to win. People just expect Man City to just not be motivated to win. That's not gonna happen. They are going to be motivated to win because Pep will make them motivated to win, and they're gonna just keep coming. And our squad, we need another forward. So that being said, these next couple days we're gonna see the true colors of the Kronkes, because I think if they are serious about winning, whether Nketiah is sold or not, they get us that forward. Because even though I think we'll be fine without it, in terms of if our goal is to just challenge, we do not need a forward to challenge. But we do need one to win. Are the Kronkes concerned with winning, or are they concerned with challenging? You tell me.